Hi there, I'm Lucy from Japan. Today, I'm going to talk about the personality of Kei Komuro, the husband of ex-Princess Mako, a former member of the Japanese imperial family and now living in New York. Kei Komuro's name was on New York State bar exam pass list, which was released at the end of October. And the next step to become a lawyer will be character and fitness. In today's video, I'm going to focus on Kei Komuro's character prior to character and fitness. There are so many stories about Kei Komuro's personality in Japan. Some are true with evidence, some are just rumors, but I will only share the fact with evidence in order to provide you with fair and correct information with no bias. And I understand everyone has a past. So I'm not trying to accuse his past, but I want everyone to know that these episodes are true. There are three major episodes that will describe the personality of Kei Komuro, so I will share these episodes with you. Number 1, Kei Komuro was deeply involved in his mother's financial troubles. Number 2, Kei Komuro was also deeply involved in fraud of his mother's survivor's pension. Number 3, Kei Komuro's fraud in award-winning record in his profile in Lowenstein Sandra and his resume. Now I will look into details one by one. Number 1, Kei Komuro was deeply involved in his mother's financial trouble. According to overseas news reports about the marriage of ex-Princess Mako and Kei Komuro, the reason for the public opposition to their marriage is said to be the financial troubles between Kei Komuro's mother and her former fiancé. The name of Kei Komuro's mother is Kei Komuro. I will call her Kayo from here on. For about 2 years, from September 2010 to September 2012, when Kei Komuro was a student, Kayo was engaged to her former fiancé and borrowed his money for living expense and Kei's tuition. The total amount of this money was over 4 million yen, and this is about 27,000 in US dollars. At that time, Kayo used the words borrow and help to receive the financial support from her fiancé. Kayo's repeated request for money made him think that what Kayo wanted is not him, but the money he had. Then the former fiancé terminated the engagement with Kayo. He asked her to return the money back Kayo had borrowed from him. However, the money was never returned. The former fiancé claimed that the money was a loan, but Kayo claimed that it was a gift. Kayo insisted that she has no intention to returning the money because it has been given to her as a gift. And several years later, when he learned of the engagement between Princess Mako and Kei Komuro on TV news, he asked her again to return the debt. Regarding this financial trouble, some people who defend Kei Komuro says that the mother is mother and son is son. So Kei Komuro has nothing to do with and he is not responsible for his mother's financial trouble. However, the fact is different. Kei Komuro has testified himself that he was deeply involved in his financial troubles. Here is a document submitted by Kei Komuro to the Imperial Household Agency in April 2021. Please see the URL to the PDF file of this document in description below. In this document, it is clearly stated that Kei Komuro attended the negotiation table between Kayo and her former fiancé regarding financial problems after the termination of their engagement to stand by mother's side. And Kei Komuro secretly recorded a part of the conversation at this time. The part of the conversation in which the ex-fiancé said, "I did not intend to ask for the money back," was recorded. And using this word almost 30 times in his document, Kei Komuro explained this is why he believes that the money was given to his mother and that they do not have to return it. However, these conversations were also recorded by the former fiancé as well, and it appeared to be a cutout of some of her fiancé's conversations. That fiancé was only expressing his feelings at that time, and he was just saying that he did not intend to ask for the money back since they were engaged at that time and would have the same purse if they got married in the future. This document is in Japanese, so you may not understand the contents, but it is a very long sentence of 28 pages. It is very long and difficult to understand what the point is. The writing style is also a factor in determining whether or not he will fit to be a lawyer. Right after Kei Komuro released this document, there has been a lot of public criticism and backlash over his one-sided excuses and lack of sincerity. In the 28 pages of document, he repeatedly insisted that he had no intention of returning the money. However, since the criticism from the public was so strong against this statement, he suddenly changed his attitude and promised to return the money just a few days after the release of the document. And the money was returned only a few days before Kei Komuro and Mako left for New York after their marriage. So it is said that the money was paid by Mako. It means taxpayers' money was again used this time. And it was 7 months later since Kei Komuro promised to return the money. I would like you to think about if Kei Komuro's way of resolving financial trouble is appropriate for a lawyer or not. And more than half of the money from the ex-fiancé was used for Kei Komuro's tuition. And thanks to his financial support, Kei Komuro was able to study abroad at UCLA in the United States, and also he could not enter ICU, the university where he met Princess Mako. From this point of view, it cannot be said that he had nothing to do with his mother's financial problems. Also, at that time, Kei Komuro was successful and was going to marry to Japanese Princess Mako, and his former fiancé became a poor old man who helped Kei Komuro a lot when he was a student. In my opinion, even if Kei Komuro was raised by a single parent and his family background did not match the imperial family, I think the Japanese people would have given their blessings to this marriage if Kei Komuro was a thoughtful, good man who was sincerely grateful from his heart to Kaio's former fiancé who helped him in the past and announced that he would pay back the money his family borrowed little by little from his salary. But for me, he does not seem to have such kindness. Number 2. Kei Komuro was also deeply involved in the fraud of his mother's survivor's pension. Kaio is currently being prosecuted by the Public Prosecutor's Office for fraudulent receipt of survivor's pension and sickness benefits. The accusation was submitted by a Japanese journalist in last December, but since then it has been suspended. Is it because Kaio is now the mother-in-law of the ex-princess? I think if you have committed a crime, you should not be given special treatment and should be punished, even if she is a king. A survivor's pension is a pension to which the surviving family members can receive from government in the event of death of a pension member. This is a part of social insurance that is provided to survivors who have lost their workers so that they will not have to worry about their future living expense. Kaio's husband and Kei Komuro's father died when Kei was 10 years old. Kaio and Kei have received a survivor's pension ever since. However, the pension will be stopped if Kaio remarries or has a partner to live together or fiancé. Kaio was engaged to ex-fiancé, but in the past she had been living with another man. She originally lost her right to receive the survivor's pension when she started living with another man. And even when she was in a relationship with her ex-fiancé, she had lost the right to receive the survivor's pension. Kaio knew about this, and she asked her ex-fiancé not to mention the fact that they were engaged. Here is a text that Kaio sent to her ex-fiancé. According to this text, Kei Komuro also knew about his mother's fraud of receiving survivor's pension illegally. He then advised her mother to keep quiet about the engagement to her ex-fiancé's relatives as well. Is a person of ethics who cooperates with his mother's crime with wisdom a suitable lawyer? Number 3. Kei Komuro's fraud in award-winning record in his profile in Lowenstein Sandra and his resume. Kei Komuro's awards listed on Lowenstein Sandra LLP were flawed. In the first listing of his profile, in his education, he listed he has received the JFK College Award. The JFK College Award is a very prestigious award that former President Barack Obama have received in the past. However, Kei Komuro's name is not listed in the JFK Library's list of award recipients. Kei's profile about this award was later collected to the Fordham's JFK College Award, but this award does not exist either. And at the end, this award-winning record was disappeared from Kei Komuro's profile as of now. Furthermore, according to the September 16, 2021 issue of Japanese magazine Shukan Bunshun, Kei Komuro was reported he made 2 frauds in his resume in his job application. One is when he was studying at UCLA in California from 2012 to 2013. He wrote that he interned at Dentsu America. It is clear that Dentsu did not have an office in California at the time. Dentsu is Japanese advertising agency and 6th largest in the world. The second one is when he works for the MUFG Bank. In his resume, it was listed that he received an award for the bank clerk who made outstanding performance twice in 2 years. This award is given to the top 10% of the top bank clerks. There is no evidence that Kei Komuro, a newcomer of the bank, received the award. Furthermore, Kei Komuro belongs to this bank for only a short period of time from July 2014 to April 2016, right after he graduated from university. If he had achieved top-class performance at the bank during that short period of time, he would have been a legendary employee of the bank. Everyone should remember about him. But there is no one in the bank remember his great achievement. Realistically speaking, it would be impossible for a newcomer to suddenly win such an award twice in 2 years. That is all I want to share about Kei Komuro's personality. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like the video. And if you want to see more truths of Japanese imperial family, please subscribe to my channel. Bye now. Have a nice day.